People who didn't know him might have said young Frank Sherman Land didn't have a lot going for him. As a child, his goal in life was to become a fireman, and he even became a junior chief in the Kansas City Fire Department. Things were looking up, but when he was 12, his parents divorced. His mother uprooted Frank and his sister and moved to a new city where he had to readjust and deal with life without his father. His family wasn't poor, but it didn't have money to spare. So in 1907, his family pooled what money it had and opened a small restaurant. His mother and grandmother cooked while Frank did the rest of the work. Predictably, the responsibilities of work and school clashed, and during his junior year, he dropped out. Ironically, most of the profits from the restaurant were to have gone toward his college education, an opportunity that never came. That opportunity did come, however, on his 21st birthday, when his grandmother gave him enough money to be able to join his grandfather as a Freemason. Brother Land embraced Freemasonry like nothing before. Raised June 29, 1912, at Ivanhoe Lodge number 446 in Kansas City, he quickly joined the York and Scottish Rites, as well as the Shrine, then topped it all off by marrying Nell Madeline Schwezeski in September 1913. Today, he is revered in the fraternity as the founder of its iconic youth group, the Order of Demolay. Demolay International today is a worldwide organization which has grown from Frank Land's initial group of 9 young men. His accomplishments with that organization were his crowning achievement in life, and he lives on with that as his great legacy. But Dad Land, as he is known, had a talent many do not know about. Frank Land had always liked to draw, and in fact had shown promise as an artist. After he reluctantly dropped out of high school, he still yearned for learning and also for a creative outlet. With little time available, he found the Kansas City Art Institute not only fit his schedule, but also enabled him to continue his education and express his artistic nature. He enrolled in classes there and was soon creating some outstanding artwork. Late in life, the world came to know Frank Land as a man who created a premier youth organization, a man who had superb administrative skills, and one who was a friend of presidents and diplomats. Few realized he was also an accomplished artist who even used some of his own artwork for the organization he created. One of his earliest surviving works depicts a young woman kneeling at prayer and is almost reminiscent of a Demolay scene. This 1909 pen and ink drawing hangs today in the Kansas City Service and Leadership Center. Also hanging in Kansas City is an elaborate painting by Land which shows a Demolay member in the foreground and a Knight Templar riding in the background. This particular painting hangs over the mantel in Dad Land's reconstructed office, and Demolay has used its design for letterheads and posters. Finally, as a completely mind-boggling piece of Demolay trivia, many do not realize Frank Land designed the Demolay emblem. Not an unusual thing until they learn he designed it in 1908, fully 11 years before Demolay existed. He sketched the crest one evening in art class upon becoming disinterested in the instructor's still life assignment. He met his future wife when, acting as an assistant instructor that evening, she caught him drawing it. Years later, needing an emblem for Demolay, Land used the one he had drawn in art class. A future wife and a crest for a yet-to-be-formed worldwide organization. Not a bad evening's work. For the Whence Came You podcast, this is Steve Harrison with the Masonic Minute.